How to secure AI. It's a topic that many organizations are trying to address, and one that we're going to discuss today. Hi, I'm Jeremy Jones with Optiv, the cyber advisory and solutions leader. From the technology we consume to the security applications we use, AI seems to be ingrained in everything that we do. And while AI has its risks and its rewards, are organizations adapting quickly enough? Are we educating ourselves enough on not just the benefits, but also the guardrails that need to be in place for a technology that seems to be evolving on a daily basis? Today, we're going to discuss 5 different facets of AI, which include education and literacy, strategy, risk, governance, and application security. First, let's start with Optiv's Tiffany Sjogren on the topic of education and literacy. Tiffany, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Before you can implement AI, you've got to know AI. What's the best way for organizations to introduce AI literacy into their workforce?
That's a great question. Most people are thinking that AI is a completely separate topic than what their workforce already understands. So connecting that to security concepts that you're already covering in your awareness programs, like data protection, ethical use of data, and even just various risks that are being posed by threat actors, linking and integrating AI with those concepts that you're already teaching and already reinforcing is the easiest way to do it.
Tiffany, thank you so much for sharing your expertise.
Thank you.
A lot of good conversations we're having here on AI. I want to move on to the next topic, which is very important, and that is strategy, with Randy Larrier. Randy, welcome to the program.
Hi, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
Randy, I want to start with a question that kind of going back in time a couple years. Are you seeing a big shift in strategy, AI strategy, compared to just a few years ago?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the word AI has been overused at this point. We're definitely at the point of a hype cycle in the world where, last 6 months or so have been just nonstop talk about it. And, that will naturally have a decreasing and then a reemerging property to it. But organizations are seeing what is possible from the model put out by the likes of OpenAI and Google and Anthropic and others, and they're recognizing the capability for the first time for AI to really make an impact on knowledge work versus some of the earlier use cases that have also been impactful. These are now things that every one of us spends time, capturing information and communicating information, and generative AI can help in many, many ways in that. So a lot of organizations are thinking carefully about how their business processes operate, how do they work with knowledge, and how generative AI capabilities might help transform the very foundations of their business.
So much to talk about when it comes to AI. Randy, thank you so much for the insightful conversation.
Thank you.
Well, you can't talk about AI and not include the topic of risk. And we're going to do that with Brian Gullenbach. Brian, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Brian, for organizations looking to institute AI, what kind of guardrails need to be in place?
Great question, Jeremy. The guardrails we've been seeing in the field generally start with some sort of principles, some policies, an acceptable use policy, sometimes go into standards, but they all have governance over top of them. Because AI is a new technology and innovation, you have to involve leaders to have discussions about it. And then once you've made a decision to venture down the AI path, there's numerous technologies that are already out there within our customers' environments that can be used to help solve that. Those are typically a CASB or a SASE, a DLP technology, something at the edge of the network that can inspect traffic and understand what sort of interactions are being had. And that can then be used to either detect or block.
Brian, thanks so much for sharing your expertise. It was a very insightful conversation. Moving on to something all organizations need to know about, and that is AI and governance, with Optiv's Jennifer Mahoney. Jennifer, thanks for joining us. I want to get right into it and just start by asking you the state of AI governance as a whole. Where are we on that?
Great question to lead us off. And, as you mentioned, we are adapting, we are learning. AI in general is moving forward at leaps and bounds every time we turn around. There's always something new in capability, a new model with, a different bend on kind of what we've seen so far. And since generative AI and the large language models were launched in November 2022, we've seen a scramble of organizations to start to get their arms around things over the last couple of years here, right? So in terms of AI governance, there's still a catch-up mode going on, I think. We have industry frameworks in place from NIST, for example, the AI risk management framework that many organizations use to layer into the things that they're already doing from a data governance perspective, a security perspective. But the AI governance concept, first of all, we encourage organizations to take it piece by piece. This is a layer on things we have already been doing, and another layer on the security processes, the people and the experts that we already have in our organization. It's just one more layer.
All right, and we're going to go back to Randy Larrier on AI and technology, and that is application security. Randy, thanks for jumping on this topic as well. So good to have you back. In what ways has AI really impacted AppSec?
Sure. Well, applications, for a long time have been about deterministic, writing code, if then that. And that's gotten us quite a way in what you can build with applications. Generative AI recently and machine learning and AI techniques over the last 10 or 15 years have really increased the scope of what you can do with software, making it more personalized, making it more capable, really creating in the information economy the ability to do so many things that drive a lot of value and control a lot of parts of daily life. So AI is critical, and many applications today are utilizing it. On the other side too, the capabilities for generative AI to write code is democratizing access to creating applications. To more people are getting into development and being able to develop more effectively, and it's really impacting the way that teams think about code and about what is possible with code.
Hey, thank you all so much for an insightful conversation on AI and touching on all these 5 topics. And thank you for joining us today. If you would like to learn more about Optiv's approach to AI and how we can help your organization secure greatness, just visit optiv.com/AI.